Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I want to tell you a story. I was asked to go to Brazil with a good friend of mine, Barbara Allen, brilliant producer, director, filmmaker. She was doing a, a pilot for a travel show, a black travel show in the 90s. She was always way ahead of her time. Anyway, so we were going to different places: Paris, Brazil, Bahia, Paris, several other places throughout the world to do this pilot for a show that shows, places where we are. Detour stood for diaspora tours and where we're going to be. Anyway, so we are in Bahia. And there's another group that happens to be in Bahia, and they're doing a festival and they're doing a bunch of stuff. So they ask us if they'll let me MC the show, MC the whole thingy, and in exchange they'll take care of all of our translators, our transportation. I don't think they took care of our hotel. We had already taken care of our hotel and our travel and all of that stuff. So Barbara's like, "This is a great deal, Bertice. Would you be willing to do it?" I was like, "Yeah, of course. Anything to cut the budget." So we do. And we noticed that these people, the organizers of this thing, now it was an amazing thing. I met Phyllis Hyman, I met Tito Puente, I met, you name it, any great from Brazil. I met them and people from the U.S. as well. Folklorico ballet, the ballet folklorico, those dancers, you name it, we met them. It was incredible. 3-day festival, but we're there doing our stuff during the day, and we do this festival thing at night. We noticed that the people, the organizers, were all wearing the same clothes like every day. And we're like, well, maybe that's their uniform. Why? So, like the last day before we were leaving, they were going on to Rio, and I had to go back home. At the time, I was living in Chicago to do some other work. Anyway, this other group just disappears. And it's time to pay bills and stuff, and they're gone. And we're like, well, that wasn't our bill, it was their bill. And apparently they had bought or borrowed money or come in with the money of some characters. Some folks were backing them that wanted their money. It was like that. So now here we are, stuck with their bill. And we're like, what? We we just did a trade for some stuff. And so Barbara had to go in the room and like talk to these people. And so we're coming to and trying to explain to folks with our translators that, we weren't really a part of them, and this is who we are and this is what we did. And they believed us, and they said, okay, well, you just have to pay your part. And so we were probably there a month or something, or maybe half a month. I don't know. Anyway, it was $10,000. And so I was the only one at the time that had a little bit of money. So everybody's like, if we could all, does anybody, do you? No, I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke. And everybody's looking at me, and I'm like, okay. So I call home and I tell my manager at the time, look, you're going to see this $10,000 bill. And if we don't pay this $10,000 bill, we ain't getting out of the country. So he's like, what have you gotten yourself into? I was like, I'll tell you when I get home. So I pay the bill, and $10,000 in the 90s was like, are you kidding me? Anyway, we pay the bill. And then everybody, once we pay the bill, they're all like dancing. They're our friends again. They're like, hey, do you want some of this? We're like, no, we're leaving. So this is, maybe I've talked about it twice. I talked about it once with BA. We laughed so hard, but we were like, things we will never talk about because it was kind of scary. So, except the adventures that we went on were so absolutely amazing that even though the end of it was truly terrifying, it did not wipe away the joy of that experience. I love you. When you go in someplace, make sure you know who you're going with. But once you get there, make sure you know who you're hanging with. I love you. One more thing about today's story. Just because things didn't turn out the way you wanted them to, it doesn't mean it wasn't great. It was still a great, great time. Just that last part. I love you.